Question 1, convert each of the following expressions into a single radical expression. All expressions represent real numbers. So radical expression means it has a radical. So we need a radical in our answer, and we're given x to the 1/9. So this fraction exponent means it's rational. And if we have a fraction with a base, we take that fraction and the denominator becomes what we call the index of the radical. And then the numerator becomes the exponent to that base inside the radical. So for the one we're given, we're going to keep x as our base, and then we're going to split the 1/9. So the 9 becomes our index, and the 1 becomes our power. But we don't need a 1. Anything to the first power is just like is itself. So it would be 9 and x right there. So when we type that in, we have our square root here. When you click on it, you get two options, one without an index and one with an index. So we're going to click that, and the n becomes a 9. And then the a is actually x, and there's no power to add on to x, so we're going to just leave it like that. Our second one is y to the 1/5, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get our radical, and the y is the base. It goes inside, and now we need to split the 1 and the 5. So the 5 becomes our index on the outside, and the 1 becomes our power of y. And again, we don't need to write y to the first, because y to the first power is just y. So same thing, we're going to go to our square root, pick the one with the index, change the n to a 5, and the a to a y. Our last one, z to the 1/2. So we're going to have a radical with z, and then 1/2 we need to move. So 2 is our index, and z will have the power of 1. That's our numerator. So we split those into the right spot. And then this one's kind of tricky because every square root, it's called a square because there's two sides, remember, has an index of 2. And then every number has a power of 1. So the 2 and the 1 are both what we call invisible numbers. We don't write them. So this would just be the square root of z. So again, whenever you have an index of 2, you don't have to write it. That is an invisible number. So this one would just be the regular square root without the index. And then I'm going to change that a to a z. So I don't think you would get it incorrect if you put the other one in there. Let's try it. Oh, see, it doesn't show the 2. Perfect. Okay, check answer. All looks well.